Hey, what's up guys? Back with another quick pickups video, some things I've gotten over the last couple months. And we'll start off with this special item here for the Neo Geo AES. It's called the Dataless Limited Edition Converter. And it lets you play Neo Geo MBS games on your AES home system. And this is really the work of many years from a man from the Neo Geo forums, David G, who experimented with all the previous converters, and fixed all the issues they had, such as the glitches and the crashing, and especially the scaling issues, which was a big concern for me. With any of the Neo Geo fighters, that zoom in and out, there was some terrible scaling issues with the Super Converter and the Phantom Converter, but this one fixes all of them. And here's just a look at some of the box art. A lot of work was put into this converter. He worked on it for a long time. I don't know how long, and only 6 of them have been released so far, but I'm sure he's working on more, and he has a planned release of March for anybody else who's looking to put in an order for it. It's a really nice product, and I'm very happy with my purchase, and I definitely recommend picking this up, for anybody who's interested in playing MBS games on their home system. Here's a look at the actual converter right here. I have my Neo Geo 101 multi-cart, or 101, excuse me, cart in here right now. And just let it focus in a little bit. There's the front of the cart. The carts actually go in the front of the converter. And there's a look at the top. In the back, it just looks like a normal AES cart. It's really a nice car, man. No problems with that at all. It is pricey, but it's definitely worth it. If you're a AES owner, and you want to play these MVS games at home. And also picked up a couple of AES titles. First we got classic here, Fatal Fury Special for the Neo Geo AES. Good look at that. One of my favorites in the Fatal Fury series, the original series. These carts are so big I can't even fit them on the screen. But yeah, it's definitely a great game in the series. Really awesome backgrounds and music, fun multiplayer. And it's one of the cheaper titles on the system, so I definitely recommend picking this up for anybody who's into the AES. Next we got Fatal Fury 3, which is the next game in the series. And another great one, not as good as Fatal Fury Special in my opinion, but also a great addition to the series. Has some good story elements with concerning Geese Howard. If you follow the series, it's a must play, in the series. Any game with Terry Bogard in it, it's got to be awesome. Next we'll start with some Sega Saturn pickups. They're all shooters. Here we got a Salamander Deluxe Pack, which has 3 games in it. Salamander 1, Life Force, which is the arcade release of Salamander, which is a little harder, a little less forgiving. And it also has Salamander 2, which is my favorite in the series. A little more streamlined, a little easier, but it has some awesome scenes. It's a mixed shooter. It starts out as a horizontal shooter, but like the Gradius series, and then it changes it up. Some levels are vertical. It's a great game. Everybody should try it once. Next we got Daytona Twin B Deluxe Pack, which has 2 Twin B games, upgraded versions from the PC Engine, and some great graphics on the Saturn. Here's a look at the back. And this is another one that's really cheap, and definitely worth picking up if you're a fan of the Saturn and fan of shooters. Now we have 2 Thunder Force games. First up we have Thunder Force Gold Pack 2. And this has 2 games on it. If you can see here, I don't know if it'll focus. Yeah, we got Thunder Force AC and Thunder Force 4. Sorry about the glare there. And they're both great games. I mean, both, I don't know where AC comes from, but you can find Thunder Force 4 on the Sega Genesis. But these are, updated versions. I don't know if they're identical, but either way, they're great ports, both difficult games, but very fun, you know, if you're into the Thunder Force games. Here we got Thunder Force 5, which I picked up a while ago. I just never made a video on it. Another great game, the first 3D Thunder Force game in the series, and it's also available on the PS1. It's arguable which version is better, but it's the only one I've tried, and it runs great on here. I mean, the graphics might look ugly once in a while because of the 3D, but it's also a great game. And now we got the granddaddy, one of the granddaddies of the Sega Saturn shooters, and that is Battle Garega. And I've been looking for this one for a long time for a decent price, and it's really tough to get it at a good price, but it's worth it if you can pick it up and if you can afford it. It's an awesome game. World War II shooter, but unlike any other shooter, you know, it has really awesome music, and the bullet patterns and the destruction, everything about the game is just amazing, you know. I really recommend picking this up if you can find it at a decent price. Now we got some PS2 shooters. R-Type Final. I'm a huge fan of the R-Type series on the PC Engine, so I had to pick this one up. And I haven't really given it much of a playthrough yet, but from what I've seen, I don't know if it's the king of shooters like it says on here, but it's pretty fun. And from what I've read, there's like hundreds and hundreds of unlockable ships that you can use and profiles on all the ships, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be a great game, and it's really cheap, so I definitely recommend picking that up. And lastly, on the PS2, we got Gradius 5 by Konami and developed by Treasure. Treasure is one of my favorite developing companies. You know, they always put some hard work into their games and go out of the way to make games a little different. And this is one of my favorite Gradius games, probably my favorite. And I haven't actually been able to beat it yet. It's really tough, but you unlock more credits as you play, so eventually I'll get through it, you know. But yeah, definitely recommend it. Finally, we have some shooters for the 360. Got Raiden 4, and another cheap one on the 360, but a great game if you're a fan of the Raiden series. And you can also pick up the Raiden Deluxe Pack or something on the 360. It comes with Raiden 2 and 3, I believe. This one has some really nice graphics and music. It's the most up-to-date one. Definitely recommended if you like shooters and you're looking for something on the 360. And finally, we have some cave pickups. Some of these are older than others. This one actually just got in the mail today. I just got back from work, so I haven't had a chance to throw it in yet. And it's Espeluda 2. The first one you could find on the PS2, I believe. And this one is region free from Japan on the 360. And I don't really have an opinion on it yet. I've seen some videos and it looks awesome. You can slow down time, and I definitely will have an opinion, you know, once I get a chance to play it, probably right after this video. And this one I did play a lot, and that is Mushihime-sama Futari version 1.5, another region-free cave shooter. And this game is awesome. It has some really crazy bullet patterns, some great music. Comes with the soundtrack. Awesome stuff here on the 360. I'm really glad that Cave decided to make these games region-free. Look at the artwork. It's really nice. And last but not least, I'm a big fan of the Dodonpachi series. I had to pick this up when it came out a month or two ago. And it was actually a UK release. Dodonpachi Resurrection Deluxe Edition. Also comes with the soundtrack, and it's an awesome game if you're a fan of the the Dodonpachi series on the PS1 and on the Saturn. You really should owe it to yourself, to try this out. There's the disc over here. And under here we got the soundtrack CD right here. This one's actually pretty cheap, and you can get it from American vendors as well. So I definitely recommend that. And that's pretty much it for now. Just been busy with work, so not too many videos, but I plan to make some more in the future. Thanks, guys.